A very good afternoon to you and welcome to the REJURAN Championship 2026. We are coming at you live from the Amata Country Club golf course, which is right here in the heart of the Chonburi district in Thailand. And as you can see, the beautiful Amata Castle right there. So this is the Amata Spring Country Club. It's a par 72, the entire course. It's 18 straight holes. And we've gone through, of course, 3 rounds. Today will be the 4th and final round. We will, of course, keep you in the loop about the leaderboard and as to how the rest of the golfers have performed so far. My name is Glenn Mascarenhas, and I'm here to take you through the last and final round. I was with you for the last 3 days, and I've really enjoyed this. Hong Jun Min has come really good in round 4. She's up to a 12 under here. And that is, of course, now on the 18th hole. She struggled yesterday, finished with 5 under. Don't forget that she was the highest earner last year. And she was literally, I'm not going to say the cash cow, but the cash bell of, the KLPGA. Yes, Lee Yuan aiming for birdie on hole number 10. She's on 12 under as well. So 2 birdies in there. She finishes with 1 on the 10th hole, so she's up to a 13 under. Kim Shi-yoon will go next. She's pushed that quite well. Always a joy to watch her in action. Hong Jun Min looking to finish on par for hole 18. She's got a 12 under in the bag. Needs to get this absolutely spot on, and yes, she does. It's been an interesting time for Hong Jun Min. 30 on the out, 35 on the in, 12 under her final score. And look at those birdies there. She's got about, 10 birdies in there, 2 bogeys. And she's done extremely well. 9 birdies, if I'm not mistaken, and 2 bogeys. She's done well to finish with 12 under. And she's right there in the mix in the running for the championship. Lee Yuan, of course, currently will tee off for hole 11. And she's been glorious in her performance. Had a birdie to open up the out, had a birdie to open up the in, and here she gets a good bit of distance on the fairways. Kim Shi-yoon will go next as she aims for birdie on hole number 11. She's got a 10 under score currently. Just skims past the surface. And easy does it for her. She's had an interesting day, Kim Shi-yoon, since yesterday. Went through a few ups and downs, but came good towards the end of round 3. Meanwhile, on hole 11, also teeing off, along with Lee Yuan. Here's Jun Yi-sung, who's now on 12 under. She finished top of the heap yesterday. Lee Yuan has just overtaken her by 1. Beautiful scenic shots, and the main ambassador for golf in Thailand for this event has been Nathakritha Vongthavilap. She's had a birdie and an eagle on hole 11. Here she is teeing off for the 4th and final time from this particular spot, carrying 11 under score. It's a strong contest there. Lee Yuan on 13 under. Vongthavilap on 11 under, and right there in between you've got Jun Yi-sung on 12 under. So very, very interesting contest to see these golfers now perform at their very best. Lee Sung-gyun will aim for birdie on hole 11. She's currently on a 9 under. Let's make that 10. Let's make that 10. Consecutive birdies on hole 10 and 11. And she's, well, that body language looking a lot more confident. And that's always a good thing to see. Kim Shi-yoon will tee off for hole 12. A par 4 we're looking at, 320 meters. She's currently on a 10 under. Whip that quite strong. Well, close enough, but not as close as she would have liked it. And an easy cleanup will be good enough. Jun Yi-sung on her second effort. Up next, Lee Yvonne, who's the joint leader. Well, there's always going to be a tad bit of butterflies here on the final day. Oh Soo-min aims for birdie on hole 14, and that'll take her to a 7 under currently. And needs to get out of the beach here. Nathakrita Wongtavilap, 217 meters to the hole. Well, she's not on the beach, she's actually out of it, looks like it. I think she was just gauging the distance, was it? Well, just came out to practice the swing. I think she's got the ball, well, right there in the cat box. Nicely done. Gives the ball a good bit of a whip. Kim Ga-hui onto her second stroke for hole 12. She's on an 8 under. She was literally the front runner on in round 2, and then, well, things just kind of drifted apart for her. But I think she's done pretty well to just stay in it and, you know, try and make a few changes as and when she can. Lee Sung-gyun will go next, second stroke for hole 12. 94 meters to the hole. She's currently on a 10 under. Nicely docked, straight onto the green. Chance opportunity to make this count. Here's Lee 1. It's going to be her approach shot for hole 11, and she'll have to keep it really strong together. Well, she's got it bang onto the green. Now it's all about whether she can navigate it and get it close to the finish. That's going to be fairly important. Kim Si-yoon, second stroke for hole 12. Jenny Sung. Well, she finished Queen B yesterday. Here she is, third stroke for hole 11, and her approach will matter. Long to wheel up. Well, has got herself out of the cat box. I think she might just risk dropping points. She'll have to be very, very well strong. Lim Jin-young. Well, positioning that right next to the flagstick will definitely be a good thing for Kim Si-yoon. So Lim Jin Yong at the top of the heap there with Lee Yvonne and 13 under, and Hong Jun Min and Jin Yi Sung are in tied third with 12 under. Then you've got Natakrita Vongtavilap who's with 11 under on in tied fifth. But you've got to keep in mind in fifth, sorry. But you've got to keep in mind the fact that she can risk losing a point and dropping to tied sixth, where Jihan Sol, Kim Shi-yoon and Lee Sung-yeon sit with a 10 under. Park Bo-kyom with a 9 under is in ninth position. And then, of course, you've got Kim Woo-jong on 8 under, joined by a whole lot of others in the tied 10th position. So it's going to be a very, very interesting turn of events here. Jung Yoon-ji, Shing Da-in, Jung So-yi, Choi Ka-bin, Lee Jae-yoon, all stuck on 8 under in tied 10th. It's back to Lee Yvonne. It's been an extremely fine form. Joint leader there with Lim Jin Yong. Lee Sung-yeon next as she aims to birdie. And that's going to be, well, one ball that's definitely shy of the dock. But not for too long, as it gets a bit of a push there. Encouragement. Jin Yi-sung will aim for birdie on hole 11. This could take her up to be a joint leader. And that's close enough. Lim Jin Yong aiming for birdie on hole number 13. And that's just going to drift away from the target, but she'll have to, well, earn an even score here to keep her co-leadership intact. I think that's going to be very important for her. Just a narrow miss here for Wong the V-lap. She's a bit surprised. But she'll clean that up. Can't afford to drop points here, that's for certain. A very unique golfer to watch. She's got good temperament. Goes about her job in a very serious manner. It's always, well, an intense day at the office for her. Lim Jin Young will have to finish on par here to keep her leadership intact. And no worries for the time being. Lee Won teeing off for hole 12. He's currently on a 13 under. He's got a good bit of whip in that. Do love the color of her slacks. I think it's a greenish blue or bluish green, more like a teal. Find it a very calming color next to turquoise. Well, everything blue is calming, isn't it? So are the waters and the ripples in them. As you can see, the water rippling. You know, the camera picking that up. It looks like stars dancing on the water. Well, at night it certainly would. Now teeing off for hole 12. Here's Jin Sung. She's holding on to that 12 under. It's a par 4 that we're looking at. It's been an interesting time for, well, Jin Sung. Krita Wong Tavila will tee off for hole 12 too. Kim Shi-yoon goes next. Kim Shi-yoon really trying to make the grid here. It's been a tough time for her, but remember, today is the day that counts, so Oh Soo-min will go next. It's going to be a third effort on hole 15. Very interesting the way that Oh Soo-min has carried on with her, well, campaign as well here. That struck well. That's the REJURAN Championship trophy. Looks absolutely stunning. Beautiful swirls. Reminds me a bit of one of the old FIFA World Cup trophies, but different actually. Very nicely done, very aesthetic. The aesthetics of it are really fantastic. $105 to the hole for Jinhee Sung. There is a bit of wind, well, in the air today. The wind speeds have been slightly higher than what they were yesterday. And I think that it's one of the reasons why, well, some of the golfers would have to, well, just dig in a little bit deeper than they have. It's always a good thing for them to, well, you can see the wind with Bong Tavilap's well, slacks fluttering in the wind. And the dancing flag sticks, well, they always tell a story. The more they rock, the more the wind. Makes it just a tad bit tricky, especially when you get onto the putting green, because keep in mind the fact that this course is especially known to have lightning fast putting surfaces. A little bit of a jab, that's a bit too much, and that ball's going to travel. It'll get legs like nothing else. But Lee Yvonne, her approach shot for hole 12, she's got 69 meters to cover. We'll have to plan this well. Oh, that's beautifully placed. Very well done. Lee Yvonne just, well, showing why she's such a talent to watch, especially in the early part of any season. Up next, it's Lee Sung-gyeon, as she aims for birdie on hole number 13. Park In-kyung will aim for birdie on hole 14. Park is down to 5 under here. Let's make that 6 under. Birdie, bogey, and a birdie. Hasn't been her best outing, Park In-kyung, but I think she's done fairly well to keep herself together. Kim Si-yoon will need to work for a birdie here on hole 13. It's a good opportunity for her as well. And that's just a narrow miss. Well, would have been good for her to have nailed that. There's no doubt about it. Just a tad bit disappointed with it. And elsewhere on the course is Siokyo Rim, aiming for birdie on hole 15. And that's well played by Kyorim. Absolutely well played. Over to Osumin, who had got a birdie just a while back. And she finishes with, she's got 5 birdies there in the in, which is quite impressive. Meanwhile, here's Natakrita Vongtavilap. And you can't blame the golfers for, missing out on their putts, even though it's close. It's been more a question of the winds actually helping that ball travel, kind of deviate from its actual path intended. Shouldn't be a worry for her to clean this up, though, with an even score. Here's Lee Sung-gyun looking to finish on par for hole 13. And that's going to be a bogey for her, which means she'll drop down to a 9 under. Not really favorable, but sometimes things will work like that. Jenny Sung aiming for birdie on hole 12. And she can't believe that ball will just travel the way she'd wanted to. Just a little bit of persuasion should clean it up for her. Well, Jenny Sung was really flying high yesterday. Today it's been, fairly consistent, but not as, free-flowing as her, drives and her shots were yesterday. She was getting all those putts right. So over to Lim Jin-young. It's going to be a second stroke for hole 14, 82 meters to the hole. Gets a good bit of lift on that. And on to the green. I was just trying to figure out while Lee Won was looking at the cat box, but I suddenly realized that, so the outright lead could be in her hands if she gets this right here on hole 12. It's a bit of a tricky hole, slight bit of a, downward slope. And almost does it for her, so that slope, just tending to be a bit tricky. She's going to keep co-leadership for the time being. So that won't worry her too much, but she had the best placement among, her group of 3, or the trio that are playing together here. It was an absolutely perfect placement from her. Meanwhile, on hole 16, Yun Soo will aim for birdie. And that's narrowly missed its mark. Jihan Sol aims for birdie on hole number 14. And that's... well, she can't believe it either. That ball's just going to peek over into the tin cup. Just a gentle nudge will do the trick here. Jihan Sol just a bit surprised. Lovely layout there, as you can see, and well, the portions that you're looking that are black do look like it's new bits planted, if I'm not mistaken, because you can see green shrubs in there as well. And the beauty of it is you have light green in front, and these of course will turn out to be dark green, and that's how golf architects plan it. But it's, at the end of the day, it is the ones that maintain the course that really give it its final, well, glory or its look. Lee Won and Jinhee Sung using their viewfinder. Well, as a child I was fascinated with binoculars, but only when you start playing golf you realize how important a viewfinder can be, especially when you want to gauge the distance to the hole, the direction in which it's going to travel, the obstacles in between. Oh, it's always a very, very useful tool, more than just something that's kind of an added accessory as such. Quick chat with the caddy, and I think she's really gauging the situation. Lee Won has a very good caddy. So does Hwang Yu Min, and so do actually most of the golfers. But Lee Won's caddy probably has a conversation with her for almost every single, well, important hole or, well, challenge that she's had. And that's so very important. I mean, end of the day, it's really her that counts, because she's the one with the club and with that golfing mind, which has been so brilliant. So here's Lee Won as she tees off for hole 13. We're looking at 155 meters. Remember, hole 13 is the two-tiered green. Distance control from the tee is the key element. It's a beautiful, well, path to look at. Decent placement from her, but she's going to have to work for that birdie because there is a bit of an uneven surface there. Lim Jin Young aiming for birdie on hole 14. And what a narrow miss. She could have just gone into the outright lead there. Well, just like Lee Won missed out on the previous hole as well. But I don't think it should be too much of a problem for her to clean that up. Jinhee Sung will tee off for hole 13. She's gone in with an 8 iron. Another Kratawong to V-lap. Will tee off for hole 13. Well played by her, straight on to the green here. So Lim Jin Young still at the top of the heap there with a 13 under. Lee Vaughan with 13 under will stay put with her in tied first. Hong Jin Min and Jun Yi Sung are in tied third. Natakrita Wongtawilap in fifth with 11 under. And it's going to be an interesting battle as our golfers continue with their individual campaigns here at the Amata Spring Country Club. Well, stay with us. Natakrita Wongtawilap would definitely like to uplift the performance a little bit. Now here's Lee Bakmin Ji aiming for birdie on hole number 18. Almost thought she was Lee Vaughan due to her slacks. We missed her for most part of the event, but it's good to see her here. You'll have to clean that up for an on-par finish. Had a very good round 2 and round 3, but she finishes with 6 under, 71 in the final round. I think she'll be happy to have finished pretty much a positive note in a way. Here's Lee Won next as she aims for birdie on hole 13. Could get the outright lead if she nails it. Almost does it for her. An even score should will still be a better option than, well, getting a positive. Lim Jin Young, second stroke for hole 15. Remember, she's still the co-leader with that 13 under score. Has gained enough distance on the fairways in the right direction. She's avoided those 2 bunkers there. Well played there by Park Bo Kyum. Took a while to get that birdie, and she was one of the golfers in focus in the last few days. Really performed well. But Junhee Sung was, well, Queen Bee yesterday. She was just in amazing form. It's good to see that she's still there in the running. She's just 1 point behind the 2 front runners. That's Lee Won and Lim Jin Young. Junhee Sung to go next as she tees off for hole 14. That's well played by her. Really well played. I don't know about you, but I had to skip off to just get myself a good cup of joe. Remember, Thailand has their own plantations now where they grow coffee. Natakrita Wong Tavilap teeing off for hole 14. And Thai coffee has its own flavor if you're a fan. And I'm saying that because during the KLPGA, the best coffee that I probably drunk is the cold brew in Korea Republic. Any pot. Busan, Seoul, Jeju, you name it. The cold brew in Korea is just unbelievable. Well, here's Kim Shi-yoon. Draws a little bit closer. Will miss out on a birdie, but I don't think that's going to bother her too much. Lee Won, meanwhile, will tee off for hole number 14. Lim Jin Young will go next. 76 meters to the hole. It's going to be her third effort. Lee Dayon, who's on 7 under, will aim for a birdie on hole 16. And that's well played by her. Very, very well played by her. Goes up to an 8 under, 2 more holes to play for. She's got 36 on the out so far. Hong Yoon Ji looking to finish on par for hole 18. And that's nicely done by her. Hong Yoon Ji finishes with 70 in round 1, but she's done better in, well, her last bit. Was very good in, on her first day, Hong Yoon Ji. Meanwhile, Choi Ka-bin will have to finish with an even score here on hole 16 as she's on 8 under. Kim Si-yoon. I do love the ice bag. And that's, well, temperature's been up a little bit here. It's kind of humid. Remember, it's Southeast Asia. It's never going to be, well, too cold as such, unless you get in your probably December, Jan, early Jan. So to be fair, and you know why the umbrellas are up, it's actually about 32 or 33 degrees Celsius. And that's fairly hot if you ask me, but it actually feels like it's 35. It's partly sunny. It's not really blazing, sun. Wind speeds have been at about 10 kilometers per hour, and that's the reason why we've been seeing, well, the golfers just struggling a tad bit. Humidity, to be fair, is not really high. It's almost like closer to its dry heat because it's only 39%. Otherwise, relative humidity in these spots can go up in summers to about 70 or 69, 75. It can be a bit of a worry. I don't think Natakrita Wongtawilat will be too concerned about that though. Lee Jae-yeon aiming for birdie on hole 15. And that's an easy cleanup for her, so no worries at all. Chun Yi-sung, it's going to be a second stroke on hole 14. Well, that's well played by her. That ice bag certainly would have worked. Just cools things down a little bit for the golfers. Helps you think clearly, doesn't it? I was almost tempted to call her the Ice Maiden, but she isn't. But Lee Yvonne on to her second effort for hole 14. 90 meters to cover. She's gone in with a 50-degree wedge. This is important because that's going to be a placement shot. Gets it a bit too far from the flagstick. It's a fairly uneven surface. Now she'll have to work for that. Just replace. Well, the missing part of the fairway is there. Meanwhile, Jihan Sol aiming for birdie on hole number 15. Will have to play this safe because she can go up to 11 under. And that's well done. So Jihan Sol now at 11 under, and she'll have a smile on her face. Well, after those few worries that she had earlier, she missed out on one birdie too. Could have been a 12 under, but I think she'll take 11 gracefully. Lim Chin Yong aiming for an outright lead on hole 15, and if she gets this right, this is going to be very, very interesting. And that's well played. So she's the current leader now with a 14 under. Finally, a birdie on the in. She's got 3 more holes to play for. And it's brewing to be a very, very tight contest here at the Amata Spring Country Club. Lim Chin Yong right up there with 14 under now as a leader. Lee Won in second position with 13 under. Hong Jun Min along with Janice Song is stuck on 12 under and tied third, while Jihan Sol and Natakrita Wongthawilat are in tied fifth with 11 under. Want the wheel up, will aim for birdie here on hole. Well, I was going to say for 12 under actually. But she'll have to take another even score finish here. Had a few, challenges today. Chun Sung looking to finish on par for hole 14. I think she'll be happy to keep that as it is for the time being. Meanwhile, Lee Won almost nailed a birdie there a while back. We'll have to play it safe. And I think that that's been a bit of a worry. Lim Chun Yong, well, getting ahead with what was a very, very good, very steady, very kind of strategic performance. She's been very cautious with what she's done today. Lim Chun Yong, the current leader, she's on to her 16th hole. This approach will be important for her. On to her second effort for hole 16. She's on 14 under currently, 91 meters to the hole. Well played by her, but that's definitely flown the green. Just a bit too much of club. Could get herself into a spot of trouble here. And, that green does kind of slope downward towards the outer edge. We'll have to be very, very cautious with this. She wouldn't want to, drop points. Meanwhile, Natakrita Wongtawilap. She's on to tee off for hole 15. She's on 11 under still, 503 meters to the hole. Kim Ga-hui on to a third effort for hole 15. She's down to a 7 under, 103 meters to the hole. Just looking at Natakrita Wongtawilap, 25 years old. She's 6 foot. That's really a tall order, isn't it? Born in 2002. She had a very successful career as an amateur. Got titles at several events. Lee Won will tee off now for hole 15. So Wongtawilap did, of course, win several events, including the 2021 and 22 Singar Thailand Amateur Open, 21 Singar Thailand Amateur Match Play Championship, and 22 Singar Thailand Amateur match. Turned professional in November 2022, and in December 2022 she finished tied for 28th at the LPGA Q Series to earn her an LPGA Tour membership for the 2023 season. Chun Sung will tee off for hole 15. Wongtawilap has also won, 5 LPGA wins. 2021 Singar BGC Narai second Thai LPGA Championship and the 4th Thai LPGA Championship. The SAT NSDF second Thai LPGA Championship in 2022 and the BGC Championship NSDF Ladies Classic 2023. She was at a world ranking of 756 in 2022 and 761 in 2025. But this year she's showing a lot of promise with this really good start to the season. A neat finish there. This is a very crucial bit of play for Lim Jin-young. She'll have to keep an even score here on hole 16, no matter what, if she wants to keep that lead that she's worked so hard to find. Well, I've got to say this. That is stunning play. That is just stunning play from Lim Jin-young. That's perfect placement from her. And she will be able to salvage the lead. She's just got to play it very cautious. That is absolutely perfect positioning. And she has been pretty much at the top of her, well, game here. Meanwhile, it's Jun Yi-sung will go next. That's a second well effort for hole number 15. 307 meters to the hole. That's well played by her. Lee Won, meanwhile, well, needs to gauge this well. She sat just outside the cat box. Another Greta Wong to wheel up. Spoke of her, 6 foot tall, 269 meters to the hole. The second effort for hole 15. Well, one golfer I have missed for this tournament, and one of my favorites is Dong Gi-yoon. Well, she's been, well, missing. Looking for a birdie on hole 15, Kim Ga-hui. And I think she'll be happy to, well, take that. Ji-han Sol. Will she claim a birdie on hole 16? Remember, just 3 holes to play for now, and every single hole counts with the points. That's going to be a bit tough, no doubt about it. So last year, just to look back at the earnings, Hong Jun-min finished off as the highest winner. The most wins, of course, were by Bang Sil, Hong Jun Min, and Lee Won, each winning 3 tournaments each. But Hong Jun Min really cracked it wide open with the earnings. Kim Si-yoon looking to finish on par for hole 15. Was just looking back at the KLPGA, and Lim Jin-young, well, hasn't claimed anything in, well, 2023, 24, or even 25. It's going to be a very interesting, well, time for her here if she can, well, nail a win, which is actually doable. Up next, here goes Jun Yi-sung. Jun Yi-sung, it's going to be her third effort on hole 15. 121 meters to the hole. And that goes straight past the destination for her, but it's fairly close. Leave on. Flights that gracefully. I think just a tad bit too much of club. That's going to carry it back, and that ball's going to prove me wrong because it's going to move back a bit closer, and that puts her into a very fine position, well, to join Lim Jin-young in the outright lead. We'll have to see how she plays that one out. Natakrita goes next. It's going to be her third effort for hole 15. This approach shot will matter. Kim Si-yoon back to doing what she does best. Meanwhile, yes, Park Hyun Kyung, she's on a 6 under, will aim to finish off with the birdie for the day. And that's just going to fall short for her, but I think she'll be able to clean it up easy. And that's, well, her campaign in this event, 69, 71, 70 and 72 in 4 rounds. Finishes with a 6 under. Park Hyun Kyung, always a joy to see her. One of the golfers who can always keep people in good spirits and entertain. Lim Jin Young still at the top of the heap. She's through 16, 14 under her score. Lee Yvonne on 13 under in second. Hong Jun Min and Jun Yi Sung in tied third with 12 under. Ji Han Sol and Natakrita Wongtawila with 11 under will follow suit. So it's been an interesting time for us here, and we will find out if, well, things change further. So do stay with us. Don't go anywhere. It's got to be one of those days when everything you do has to be very, very, well, perfect. And right here at hole 17, Lim Jin Young, well, knows how important it is for her to keep that lead intact. Now, this is the island hole. It's very important as to how you place that ball and where exactly you can land it. Well, she's given it a lot of flight, and that ball is drawn really close towards the flagstick. Very well played by Lim Jin Young. At a bit of a distance, but it's still, well, good enough. Remember, this is, well, the favorite hole of all the golfers here and the most well-known worldwide, the 17th hole, which has a boat ride to take you there. Meanwhile, elsewhere, here's Natakrita Wongtawilap, who along with Jun Yi Sung and Lee Yvonne are on the 15th hole. We'll aim for birdie. will definitely have to settle for an even score. There's no doubt about it. Kim Shi-yoon. Second effort on hole 16. That's well played by her. Very, very well played. And excellent positioning. Just a quick chat with the caddy who was using the viewfinder to tell her the spot. Meanwhile, Jun Ye-sung aims for birdie on hole 15. Can she do this? That's just a very narrow miss. She knows it. Hasn't been getting all her putts right, but it's also, remember, the first 2 days is always a free-flowing event and you play without any pressure. The third round can be with a little bit of pressure, but it's the fourth round where you tend to be overcautious and sometimes you might not play your best. Lee Jae-yoon also draws fairly close, but that ball just traveling a bit further away. Now the 17th hole is very important besides just the boat ride that I've been talking about. The surface there tends to be, well, quite uneven. Here's Lee Yvonne aiming for birdie on hole 15, a chance for an outright lead too. Sorry, for a joint leadership. And yes, she has tied in there with Lim Jin-young. Lee Yvonne, a joint leader now. She's got 3 birdies in there till hole 15, 3 more holes to play for. And this is certainly turning out to be a very, very tight affair here. Let's find out what, well, Lim Jin-young does, and that's going to tell us a bit of a story. And there we go in the boat ride. Was just waiting to see that. Or even the caddy is overjoyed. Meanwhile, here's Lee Yvonne. She tees off for hole 16. Joint leader now. Won the right to tee off. Well, she's got herself to a fair distance on the fairways. Kept off the bunkers, which she'll be happy about. Jun Ye-sung will go next as she tackles hole 16. That's well played. Lee Sung-kyun up next. Oh, that's what you call a confident putt. You do require one of those every now and then. Very well played there. Very, very well played. And Kim Shi-yoon nails a birdie as well on hole 16, so she's up to a 10 under. 2 more holes to play for. Good opportunity here for Lee Jae-yoon to aim for a birdie on hole number 17. She's currently on a 7 under. And she'll have to take an on-par finish as well. Ji-Hyun Sol. She came good in the previous hole. Picture of concentration here. And just a narrow miss for her. Well, her body language will always tell the story. Just that slight disappointment there. Now Lim Jin-young is tied along with Lee Yvonne, and it's left to be seen what she can do. This is a very, very important part for her. Lim Jin-young will aim for birdie on hole 17 for the outright lead once again, and she'll have to play this really, really well, cautiously, I would believe. And that's well played by her. It's now 15. So 15 under, and things are beginning to heat up here. Lee Yvonne on 14 under. As Lim Jin-young claims a birdie, and she's got one more hole to play for. Could this lead to, well, a playoff, or is it going to be Lim Jin-young all the way, and I think that that's very interesting. It's an excellent effort from her. She just kind of, well, worked behind the scenes, was not a favorite in round 1 or round 2, just kept going at, well, going about her business like she needed to. Lee Yvonne now. It's a second effort for hole 16. It's going to be interesting to see how she navigates through this, because if she can, well, get a birdie on this, well, she'll tie in as well. And here we go, back with the boat ride. That'll take them back to the main course from hole 17. Well, Lee Yvonne and the group still have to come forward. Lim Jin-young, well, she's so happy that she's actually fed the fish 3 spoonfuls. It's been a good performance from her. Lim Jin Young, 15 under, the current leader. Just a narrow miss there for her. Would have liked to have finished that a bit stronger. And that'll pretty much do it. So Lee Dae-yeon finishes with 8 under, a bogey on the last hole, 36 on the out, 35 on the in. But she'll be glad to have gone through the motions and through this day. Now the Exodus, which is a very small one, not too long. But you are going to see things will change when we get into the main KLPGA season and the fans turn out there, the Korean fans. So Lim Jin Young gets ready to tee off for her last and final hole unless this event goes into a tie. She's currently on 15 under. And I do believe her aim would be to try and take it up to a 16 if possible. The 18th hole, the finishing thread goes through both lakes. Water prominent throughout this pathway. It's a par 4 for the asking, 352 meters. The green is nestled at the forefront of the beautiful Mediterranean clubhouse, and approach shots must navigate the cascading waterfall in the greenside bunker. I think she's done very well here. She's kept it to the fairways, absolutely no problem. Didn't get onto the rough, and even if she did, she's bounced off it. So she's played a very, very good event here today, Lim Jin Young, and focus now on the other big star here, Lee Won, who has had a fantastic run to her career. She's done exceptionally well. Well, on the 18th of May last year, she picked up her 9th win in the KLPGA Professional Tour. And that ball just sailed away a little bit. And there's a good bit of wind, as you can see. There's no doubt about it. It is blowing fairly strong. Meanwhile, Natakrita Wongtavilap. She's looking to finish on par. And that's exactly what she does. So as our golfers progress to, well, the next stop, Jenny Sung will look to finish on par here for hole 16. Jenny Sung's had a very interesting time as well. Lee Yvonne was almost mistaken a while back earlier when she was playing with those slacks, and I thought Park Min-ji, who'll have the same slacks on, needs to finish this on par to keep herself in good stead, and she's done well here. So she'll be happy about how things have progressed. Lee Yvonne, she's still got a few more holes to play for. I think 2 more to be precise. She's on to the 17th hole next, while Lim Jin Young is on the 18th hole. Jihan Sol. 159 meters to the hole on hole 18. She's on 11 under currently. It's been a good performance from her. Did have a few ups and downs, but she's come good so far. Well, let's remind you once again that this is the REJURAN Championship. It is the first event in the KLPGA calendar, and always the one that is played outside. So last year we had the Blue Canyon Championship. This time the REJURAN Championship that opens up the KLPGA season. The first event in Korea Republic, of course, will kick off only in April, to be precise, on the 2nd of April, all the way to the 5th, and that's going to be the Siena Open 2026. That'll be played at the Siena Veluto. But right now, it's time to get back to Lim Jin Young, who's on to her approach shot for hole 18. Still at a fair bit of distance from the flagstick, and you've got to be very careful with the 18th hole. You've got to try and avoid anything, and I think one of the things that Lim Jin Young will try to do is avoid any risk here at this point of time, because she still has Lee Won, well, chasing that score down. Kim Chi-yoon, meanwhile, aiming for birdie on hole number 17. Kim Chi-yoon, she's done well there. So she gets a birdie, goes up to a 12 under, and one more hole to play for. She's been a very consistent performer too here, Kim Chi-yoon. Meanwhile, all eyes on this extremely talented, well, golfer, Lee Won. Very unassuming to look at her. Just looks like the girl next door. She's fairly petite. Kim Ga-hui, who's been a bit of a story to write about in this event. I think one of the things is that she will be glad to be done with this tournament. Could actually set her up for, you know, the season. We are going to see more of her. But started off well, went through the ups and downs that every golfer goes through. So Lee Won will tee off for hole number 17. And the boat ride taking Kim Shi-yoon and her trio back. One boat comes back and the other, and that's the reason why the boat does take a bit of a circle to get to its destination back again, so that this pathways get clear for the golfers. Lee Won has got it plumb onto the green. Just one cat box there in hole 17. Jenny Sung will tee off now for hole 17. Well, onto the green as well and fairly close. Another Kritha Wongthavilap now to tee off for hole 17. And that's well played by her. Very, very well played. What a narrow miss that is. Almost within touching distance there for Jihan Sol. And that's nicely played by her. Lee won. Looking to carve her destiny, and she's got a broad smile there. Always good to see that. Well, the boat ride, the wind, of course, will give you a bit of coolness as compared to the heat. It's been 32 degrees. I did say this earlier, feels like 35. Easy for me to sit in a nice enclosure, shaded, but for our golfers, it isn't. Lim Jin-young will aim for birdie here on hole 18. We'll have to play this safe. And I think that's exactly what she's doing. She wouldn't want to jeopardize her current points. Well, as long as you can keep it going, Lee Jae-yeon will finish with 7 under, 68, 71, 69 and 73. Wasn't the best showing on round 4, but she'll be happy to have got it done. Lim Jin-young needs to finish this on par to keep her 15 under. There it is. (67, 73, 68 and 65). Her best showing in round 4. 15 under. Now that's the score to beat. And that is the score, I do believe. Quick hugs for, well, her group members. But I think it's a score to beat now, because she's finished with 15 under. Lee Won is on her 17th hole, and well, it looks like it's going to be important to see where she finishes, because she's on 14 under, and I think the contest is really heating up here. It's very important to see, well, how this finishes off. All said and done, it's going to be an important event, and also something to watch out for. So the REJURAN Championship does continue here at the Amata Spring Country Club Golf Course in the Chonburi district of Thailand. We've had some amazing sights right through this golf course, including the Amata Castle, but we are getting down to now our well, final bits. So do stay with us, don't go anywhere as we continue with the action. Up next, and a chance here to make this count, Junhee Sung. She's on hole 17, remember? Lee Sung-gyun. A second effort for hole 18. Meanwhile, here's Lee Yvonne as she aims for birdie on hole 17, and this could see her tie with Lim Jin-young. That's a painful miss for her. Now, do keep in mind the fact that hole 18 is not the easiest to carve out a birdie for yourself. So Lee Won will stay on 14 under in second position, while Lim Jin-young, well, still leads the way with 15 under. She's finished her efforts for the day. And it's been a very, very clean slate for her. She had a fantastic showing today, while Kim Si-yoon here will go on to her second effort for hole 18. She's had a great event as well, Kim Si-yoon, but this time will suntan on the beach for a bit. I don't think she was expecting that, and that's a bit of a tricky... So that's the tricky part of hole 18. On one side, you've got the cascading waterfall, and on the other side, of course, you have that, well, sand bunker. So here's Kim Ga-hui, second effort on hole 18. Fairly well played by her. And she's got a nice bag too. I did mention it was pretty well hot here. Chance for Nathakrithau Wongthavilat to finish with a birdie on hole 17. And that slipped out. She can't believe it herself. Just a bit too much of a push there. Oh, what a surprise. Well, I was just as surprised as she was. And she's definitely upset about that. That was a definite birdie. But unfortunate, she's still stuck on 11 under. It's been a great performance from her. And if you needed one Thai golfer in there, you know, she stood up to the occasion. And she's really performed at her best here, right in round 4. So it's been an interesting event for her. Lee Sung-yeon sitting with a 10 under. Lee Won will tee off for the last hole. She's finished on par on round 1, 2 and 3. Left to be seen whether she can better that now. So we are getting into our final moments of the REJURAN Championship, which has been very, very interesting so far. So Kim Ga-hui, who did so well, 68 in the first two, but 71 and 73 on the last two rounds, finishes with an 8 under. Lim Jin-young, of course, waving out. She's currently the leader with 15 under. Left to be seen how well Lee Yvonne performs in this one. That's just going to fall a tad bit short. So most of our golfers will finishing off. Lee Sing-yeon will finishes with a bogey there. 72 in the final round, a 9 underscore, tied 8th rank. Meanwhile, Kim Si-yoon, who got herself out of that spot, will need to finish this on par to keep her 12 under intact. Oh, that's well played. Very well played by Kim Si-yoon as she finishes on a positive 69. Her second best showing after round 2, 69, and round 1, 68. Finishes with a 12 under, and that's going to be, well, a good enough finish for her. Very, very interesting how this is all well played out here today. Jenny Sung gets ready next. That's a second stroke on hole 18. 146 meters to the hole. She's currently on 12 under. That's well played by her. Lee Yvonne. Her approach shot will matter very, very much, and this is a crucial bit of play for her, I do believe. And she's just got herself onto the shoulder. It sits right on the border of the green. We'll have to finish this on par if she has to make it if she has to finish off as second best in the event. Bit of a chilly dip for her, but I think, it's really going to matter now because Nathakrita Wongthavilap would want to finish on a positive note more than anything else in this event. It's been an interesting, time for her. So Lim Jin Young is still Queen Bee there with 15 under. And Lee Won now fighting to, well, come good in this event. I think it's going to be interesting to see, because if Lee Won can actually pull off a birdie, that'll probably be the play of the tournament. And then, of course, it could go into what we call, well, the playoff or the tiebreaker. If not, I think Lim Jin Young just playing it very cautious, did extremely well, with her event. And if you just look at it today, she had, well, she's picked up 7 under. And that's where Lim Jin Young has really, well, shown through. Lee Won has picked up 3 under today. She's on the 18th hole currently. Hong Jun-min is in tied third with Kim Si-yoon, Jun Yi-sung. And Hong Jun-min, of course, also picking up 7 under today. Absolutely fantastic. She's finished off with a 12 under score. Kim Si-yoon is on the 18th hole. Kim Si-yoon has actually finished off with 12 under to join Hong Jun-min in tied third. But let's figure out what Jun Yi-sung does, because she is on the 18th hole too. So very, very important part of the event here. And all eyes on this golfer, Lee Won. She aims for birdie on hole number 18. And that's to go into the playoff. It's quite a distance. I wouldn't put anything past her. And that's going to be a miss. So I do believe that Lim Jin Young could very well claim it here. She's still waiting with anticipation. Well, she did play well. She's played her best. And I think it's all a matter of whether she could, well, finish this off or not. It wasn't going to be easy, keeping in mind the fact that, well, Lim Jin Young played such a strong role today. So Lee Won could very well finish off in, well, second best with Kim Si-yoon, Hong Jun-min and Jun Yi-sung in tied third. Now, Takrita Wongthavilap missed out on many opportunities today. She could have also finished off as tied second or even tied, well, at the top. But she had her challenges like all golfers do. And she pushes that. Well, there's always going to be opportunity, but you just have to try and take it when you can. She's put on a great performance here today, though. You've got to, well, credit her for that. Very focused golfer. Has shown great promise. And Lim Yi-jong just waiting there for that last bit to get over. She pretty much knows she's won it. Jani Sung, can she finish with a birdie and finish off as third best in this event? Well, I guess not. She will finish on par and will share that tied third. It was a very good opportunity for her to have finished just third best, clean second runner-up. But she'll have to share the spoils with Hong Jun Min and Kim Hee Shun. 36 on the out, 36 on the in, 12 under. That bogey today and one birdie, of course, well, did not allow her to increase or add to a tally of yesterday. But it's been a good performance and lovely to watch Juni Sung in this event. Lee Won looking to finish off, well, her campaign in the REJURAN Championship 2026 with the sound of that waterfall cascading in the background. And yes, Lee Won will finish second best in this tournament as runner-up with 14 under, 3 birdies in there. She did nothing wrong. 35 on the out, 34 on the in. It's been a very steady and consistent performance from her. And Lim Jin Young, of course, definitely the winner in this event. There's no doubt about it as she waits for the final golf, well, putts to be done. Another Krita Wong Tawilap will be next. And that's a clean finish for her. And she'll have a smile finally as well. So here we go, Lim Jin Young, the winner. You've got all the signatures on that board. And finally her signature right up there at the top. It has to be the biggest. And all the other golfers just waiting with the bottles. That's the best part of this event, isn't it? Well, everyone just waiting there before she can get doused with the water. And there we go. Park Min-ji was one of the first waiting around there, actually. But she's excited about it, and I don't think she's going to complain with the heat. Because I've seen golfers really get doused, during the temperatures have been like 16, 17, or even lower. And they freeze. But this one, well, I think it's just going to be a bit of relief here from the heat. Except for that bit of water, well, down the t-shirt. So Lim Jin Young, what a moment of joy for her, and what a terrific win. She's done really well here as she'll get the KLPGA, well, 2026 winner. Well, towel. We will have a few words from, well, the champion of this event, followed by. So that's the first winner of the KLPGA 2026, Lim Jin Young.
네, 들립니다. 일단 코스 안에서도 제가 선두인 상황인 것도 몰랐고 그냥 오늘 제 샷이면 샷, 그냥 퍼터면 퍼터 약간 이런 부분적으로만 집중을 해서 약간 코스 스코어가 잘 되고 있는 거를 엄청 인지하지 못해서 그냥 막 그렇게 크게 긴장되진 않았던 것 같아요. 네. 그래서, 근데 제가 지금 너무 떨려가지고 말이 잘 안 나오는데, 일단, 우승 되게 물론 진짜 어려운데, 제가 지금 이 자리에 서 있는 게 너무 믿기지 않고, 꿈만 같아요. 제가 끝나고 이제 마지막 조가 마콜 티샷을 하고 있어가지고, 저도 처음에 뭘 해야 될지 모르겠더라고요. 그리고 이제 아직 상황상은 한 타 차로 제가 이기고 있지만 한 홀이 남아있기 때문에, 연장전을 준비해야 될 수도 있고, 뭐, 그런 생각이 들었지만, 그래도 차분하게 혼자 있으면서 시간이 지나다 보니까 그냥 잘 기다려졌던 것 같아요. 감사합니다. 네, 네, 맞아요. 네. 일단 약간 좀 바람이 되게 애매하게 불어가지고 오빠랑 상의를 하면서 되게 그냥 좀 보수적으로 클럽 선택을 했던 것 같기도 해요. 그리고 또 웨지샷 같은 거는 또 그냥 캐리에 꽂으려고 하다 보니까 좀 크게 미스가 나왔던 것 같은데 그래도 잘 리커버리 해서 이렇게 잘 마무리했던 것 같습니다. 네. 일단 비시즌 훈련 동안 뭐 샷이나 숏게임 그런 퀄리티를 좀 약간 높이려고 많이 연습을 했고요. 또 개인적으로는 또 제가 부족한 부분은 제가 잘 찾는 그런 좀 객관화를 좀 많이 하게 돼서 부족한 부분은 좀 다른 부분들로 많이 채우려고 노력을 하고 있어요. 근데 그러다 보니까 지금 이렇게 너무 좋은 결과가 시즌 첫 때부터 나왔던 것 같아요. 네. 지금 제가 태국을 혼자 와 있는데요. 지금 이걸 보고 있는 엄마, 아빠, 그리고 저를 응원해주시는 모든 분들, 진짜 저와 같은 마음으로 엄청 행복할 것 같고요. 엄마, 아빠, 진심으로 사랑해. 일단 첫 우승했으니까 원래 올 시즌 목표는 시즌 2승을 목표를 두고 있었는데요. 일단 첫 승 해냈으니까 이번 대회 잘했던 걸 기점을 많이 생각해서 남은 대회들도 이걸 기반으로 더 잘 해내고 싶어요. 감사합니다. 맞다. 그리고 끝났나요? 네. 감사합니다. 그리고 저를 믿고 항상 후원해주시는 그 대방건설 구균 회장님과 구찬우 사장님과 임직원 여러분들께 진심으로 감사하단 말 전하고 싶습니다. 그리고 감사합니다.
Tears of joy there from Lim Jin-young, and she was just talking about how it's been, well, quite a journey for her, and to have won this, what a relief, and she really believes she worked hard for it. Things went her way. She did play her best, focused on what she was doing, especially in that last round. If you look at it, she started off at 67 in the first round, was pretty good because she was supposed to be a front runner back then. Dropped out of the grid in round 2 and fell to 73 points, but came back in round 3 with 68, and her best showing was in round 4, where she finished with 65. Just like Hong Jun-min, who started with 72 and had 65 in the second round, 67 in the third, 74 in the third round and 65 in the third round. And that's what really defines, what happens. It's that last round where you've got your only lease of life or your last shot to make it back in. So Lim Jin-young, we'll wait for the prize presentation to start off in just a little bit. And it's going to be an interesting one to see, her receive the honors. So here we go with the final bit as we get down to the prize presentation. Stay with us, don't go anywhere. Once again, a reminder that this is the REJURAN Championship, the opener, the first event in the KLPGA 2026 calendar, being played right here at the Amata Spring Country Club in Chonburi district of Thailand. Let's give you a little feel of what to expect, in the month ahead. April is going to be totally packed. We start off on the 2nd of April with the Siena Open 2026. And then on the 9th of April is the IM Financial Group Open 2026. 17th of April, the Nexon St. Noin Masters 2026. 24th of April, the second Dukshin EPC Championship. So we're looking literally at 4 events there. And then the 5th event kicks off on the 30th of April, but it runs all the way to 3rd May, which is the first DB Women's Championship. So let's say we've got about 4.5 events or 4.5 tournaments in there in April. And I've switched, of course, to a cup of tea while I await the prize presentation. So just running you through the leaderboard standings once again. So there we go with the final standings. Lim Jin-yong, 15 under, wins the tournament. Lee Won finishes runner-up with 14 under in second place. Kim Shi-yoon, Hong Jun-min and Jun Yi-sung will share the spoils for the second runners-up position with a 12 under finish.
오늘 진행을 맡은 아나운서 김미영입니다. 네, 그럼 본격적인 시상식에 앞서서 이 자리에 함께하신 대회 내외빈 여러분 소개하겠습니다.
จะเริ่มพิธีมอบรางวัลอย่างเป็นทางการขออนุญาตแนะนำผู้มีเกียรติทั้งภายในและภายนอกการแข่งขันที่มาร่วมในวันนี้
먼저 주최사이자 대회장이신 하마 리서치의 정상도 회장이 참석하셨습니다.
ก่อนอื่นขอนั้นจะมาคุณ
Lim Jin-yong just awaiting
บริษัท Pharma Research
the prize. Can't help but feel really happy for her. She's done very well to win this tournament. And you know, more power to her.
คุณคิมซูฮีรองประธานอาวุโส KLPGA
She's had such a fantastic showing, in this event.
박필현 이사장님 참석하셨습니다.
คุณทัพเพียยอนประธานมูลนิธิ Pharma Research Control Foundation
네, 박수로 맞이해주시기
And this is her first event played.
KLPGA
first,
주관
win.
방송사 SBS골프 이상근 대표님 참석하셨습니다.
She's played 30 events on the KLPGA Tour.
ประธานบริษัท
No win. She's finished runner-up once.
สถานีถ่ายทอดการแข่งขันของ KLPGA
시상은 특별상과 아마추어 시상, 우승자 시상으로 진행됩니다. 그럼 특별상 시상을 진행하겠습니다.
พิธีมอบรางวัลในวันนี้จะประกอบไปด้วย
Can't help but feel really happy for her. What a moment of joy. In
ต่อไปจะเริ่มพิธีมอบรางวัลพิเศษครับ
in the Dukshin EPC Championship, she finished second. So really, really happy to see her win her first event.
하나 리서치 문화재단이 태국에서 개최되는 이번 리주란 챔피언십 대회의 의미를 더하고자
She's about 22 or 23 years old. She turned pro in October 2021.
태국 NGO 단체 셰프케어스에 기부됩니다. 이 이벤트는 8번 홀에서 선수가 버디를 할 때마다
It's a massive push for young Lim Jin-yong.
체리티 행사에 대한 기부금 전달식을 갖겠습니다.
ในการแข่งขันครั้งนี้ผมแปดได้มีการจัดกิจกรรมพิเศษขึ้นโดย Pharma Research และ Pharma Research Cultural Foundation ได้จัดการกิจกรรม REJURAN Charity 6 เพื่อมีความหมายให้กับการแข่งขันของ REJURAN Championship ที่จัดขึ้นในประเทศไทย เงินกองทุนที่จัดขึ้นของกิจกรรมนี้ จะนำไปบริจาคให้กับองค์กร NGO ของประเทศไทย Chef Care ซึ่งสนับสนุนอาหารและมิลคิดให้กับผู้ด้อยโอกาส ทุกครั้งที่นักกอล์ฟทำเบอร์ดี้ที่หลุม 8 จะมีการสะสมเงินบริจาค 300,000 วอน หรือ 8,000 บาทเป็นเงินไทย ต่อไปจะเป็นพิธีมอบเงินบริจาคกิจกรรมการกุศลครั้งนี้ครับ
적립된 기부금은 1라운드 17개, 2라운드 19개, 3라운드 10개, 4라운드 12개, 토탈 58개의 버디가 기록이 되어서 원화 기준 1,740만 원이 적립이 됐습니다. 여기에 대회 주최 측에서 일부 지원을 해서 2천만 원이 기부가 됩니다. 적립된 기부금은 태국 NGO 단체 셰프케어스에 기부되겠습니다.
จำนวนเบอร์ดี้ที่เกิดขึ้นมีดังนี้ รอบที่ 1 17 ครั้ง รอบที่ 2 19 ครั้ง รอบที่ 3 10 ครั้ง รอบที่ 4 12 ครั้ง เป็นรวมทั้งหมด 58 ครั้ง คิดเป็นเงินบริจาคเป็น 17.4 ล้านวอน ยอดเงินบริจาคที่สะสมนี้ และผู้จัดการแข่งขันได้สมทบเพิ่มเติมให้เป็น 20 ล้านวอน โดยเงินจะมอบให้องค์กร NGO ของประเทศไทย Chef Care เพื่อมอบเงินบริจาค
네, 그럼 기부금 수여를 위해서 셰프케어스를 대표해서 미세스 원하은 찬팀님 앞으로 모십니다.
ขอเรียนเชิญตัวเป็นFK มิคุณวานขึ้นมาบนเวทีครับ
네, 미세스 워란 찬님께서 앞으로 나와주고 계십니다. 기부금 전달은 하나 리서치 문화재단 박필련 이사장님께서 전달 도와주시겠습니다.
ขอเรียนเชิญคุณพักพิริยะประธานมูลนิธิ Pharma Research Cultural Foundation ผู้เป็นผู้มอบเงินบริจาคครับ
네, 기부금이 전달됐습니다. 여러분 큰 박수 부탁드립니다.
ขอบคุณ
선수들의 멋진 샷 하나하나가 모여서 누군가의 내일을 응원하는 온기로 쌓여진 아주 특별한 시간이 되었습니다. 네, 고맙습니다. 파마 리서치와 파마 리서치 문화재단이 이렇게 특별하게 준비한 이벤트였는데요. 선수들의 멋진 샷과 주최 측의 진심 어린 마음이 더해져서 더 특별한 시간이 됐습니다. 고맙습니다. 자리로 이제 이동하겠습니다. 다음은 홀인원 시상입니다.
2번ครับ
네, 이번 대회 홀인원은 13번 홀에 세라젠 V9이 걸려 있었습니다.
ในการแข่งขันครั้งนี้ที่ลุงศึกษามีรางวัลพิเศษคือเซราเจม V9 ครับ
아쉽게도 최근에 홀인원 주인공은 나오지 않았습니다.
น่าเสียดายที่ในการแข่งขันครั้งนี้ไม่มีผู้ทำโฮลวันได้ครับ
자, 그럼 다음 시상 넘어갑니다. 이번에는 아마추어에 대한 시상이 있겠습니다. 이번 대회에 참가한 총 5명의 아마추어 선수들이 아주 좋은 기량을 펼쳐줬습니다.
ต่อไปจะเป็นพิธีมอบรอบรางวัลกอล์ฟสมัครเล่นในการแข่งขันครั้งนี้มีนักกอล์ฟสมัครเล่นเข้าร่วมกันทั้งหมด 5 คนและทุกท่านก็ได้แสดงฝีมืออย่างยอดเยี่ยมครับ
아마추어 1위 시상은 KLPGA 김순희 수석 부회장님께서 해주시겠습니다.
รางวัลอันดับหนึ่งนี้จะมอบโดยคุณคิมซุนฮีรองประธานอาวุโส KLPGA ครับ
리쥬란 챔피언십 아마추어 1위를 발표하겠습니다. 1위는 파란더파 280타를 기록한 오수민 선수입니다.
ผู้ที่คว้าอันดับหนึ่งของผู้สมัครเล่นด้วยสกอร์ลบ 8
네, 축하의 박수 부탁드립니다. 오수민 선수에게 트로피를 그럼 전달하도록 하겠습니다.
ต่อไปจะเป็นการรางวัลถ้วยรางวัล
네, 프로 선수들 사이에서 아주 멋진 플레이를 보여줬는데요. 오늘의 이 경험이
Well, I'm guessing that would be the rookie.
되지 않을까 싶습니다. 네,
Well, a presentation.
전달이 되었고요. 앞으로 더 빛날 미래에 뜨거운
There's a
응원의
good amount of
박수
encouragement for,
고맙습니다.
the golf talent here on the KLPGA. Oh, I do love the shot of that cascading waterfall right there. We finally get a full view of it. We've only been seeing it in spots.
우승자 시상을
And here's Lim Jin Young, all excited.
ช่วงเวลาสำคัญที่ทุกท่านรอคอยพิธี
The first big win as a professional, and what a way to get started if you just think about it. Remember what I said earlier, the prize money for this is 1.3 billion Korean won in total, but the winner gets 216 million. That's 216 million Korean won, 146,510 US dollars. Second place, Lee Won will take home 132 million Korean won, or 89,533 US dollars. But that's a far cry from 146,510, and really deserving of this, not just the prize money, but of this honor. Her first event as well, and that's the sign from her first big win. Number one in the tournament, and number one world championship for her as well.
รางวัลดังต่อไปนี้เสื้อแจ็คเก็ตแชมเปี้ยนถ้วยรางวัลแชมป์เงินรางวัล216 ล้านวอนผลิตภัณฑ์เลจูรานคอสเมติก10 ล้านวอนและเก้าอี้
Well, I'm just thrilled about one thing,
8 ครับ
that like all of us, she hasn't done the victory sign. The two fingers, the index and the middle finger, it's just the most outdone thing in history, if you ask me. And I do love the fact, well, here's the winner's jacket, the champion's jacket goes on, and that suits her to a T.
맞춤복 같습니다. 네, 여러분 우승자에게 큰 박수 부탁드립니다.
ช่วยปรบมือดังๆอีกรอบ
네, 시즌의 첫 단추, 자켓의 첫 단추를 제대로 끼워봅니다. 축하드립니다. 계속해서 우승 트로피, 우승 상금, 우승자 부상을 파마 리서치 정상수 회장님께서 시상하시겠습니다.
And there we go, the final trophy presentation, the REJURAN Championship presented to the winner. And as you can see, the inside of the trophy, although the outside is chromed, stainless steel or shiny stainless steel, the inside has green, and that goes with the colors of the winner's jacket as well. That's a perfect match. Absolutely delightful trophy to look at. Very beautiful, very well done as well. I do like that steel and green. It's a color that I've not really mixed together often, but it does look really, really elegant. And there we go, REJURAN Championship winner, Lim Jin-young. What a performance from her.
먼저 리주란 골프팬티 1,000만 원 상장. 네, 우승 기쁨은 물론이고 아주 눈부시고
And from REJURAN Cosmetics,
축하드립니다.
cosmetics were 10 million Korean won.
안마 의자.
Oh, there was 1 million Korean won, sorry. Winner, Pause M8 Fit. I'm sure that has to do with
두손 가득히 정말 선물 가득히 가지고 가는 행복한 날이네요. 네, 고맙습니다. 다시 한번 축하의 박수 부탁드리고요. 네, 또 잊지 못할 사진 남겨야겠죠. 올해 내내 이 사진 보면 미소가 나오실 것 같아요.
Well, the Pause M8 Fit is actually a massage chair, very famous relaxation home appliance. I'd love one of those to sit and do the commentary with. Nothing like it if you ask me. Well, who would have ever thought, in the good old days when we were young, that lazy boys and beanbags and everything would be, well, just such a comfort level at home. So Lim Jin-young, I think, does get one of those nice massage chairs. And the bouquet for the winner.
자, 이렇게 정말 소중한 순간이 이어지고 있는데요. 저희가 또 시즌 개막전 참가 선수 전원의 사인이 담긴 또 특별한
It's about 22 or 23 years old. 22, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go with the final standings. Lim Jin-young, the winner with 15 under, wins the REJURAN Championship 2026, the first win, professional win in her career. Lee Won finishes runner-up with 14 under, but we'll see more of her in the season up ahead. Kim Si-yoon, Hong Jun-min and Jin Yi-sung take tied third, and it's been a very good event, especially from Hong Jun-min, to come back twice. After falling on day one, she came back in on day two, and after falling in round three, came back in round four. So that's pretty much it for us. Let's not forget, more power to all the other golfers who came up with really, really stellar performances and absolutely stunning shots. Eagles as well that we saw that were flown, including, Natakritha, Wongtavilap, who came out with some stellar moves. Jaravi Bunchant, we'll see more of her in the year ahead. So it's onwards now towards what we call the Siena Open 2026, and that, of course, will kick off on the 2nd of April 2026. But this is pretty much it, the opener done with, and we finally got the ball rolling in the KLPGA 2026. So happy for that. And I'm so glad that you joined us, and I do hope that you enjoyed our coverage of this event. So from producer John Kim and all our production crew, cameramen, and everybody involved in the REJURAN Championship, it's time for me, Glenn Mascarenas, to shut shop and ship out of here and leave you with the final bits of this event and Lim Jin-young and her stellar performance and how she claimed the championship. Thank you so much for joining us once again. I'm Glenn Mascarenas signing off, and I'll see you again real soon in April for another event. Bye-bye for now.
전달이 됐습니다. 축하드립니다. 정말 모두가 꿈꿔왔던 트로피였고요. 가장 먼저, 누구보다 먼저 들어올리고 있습니다. 자, 그러면 우리 수산소가 또
경기하는 대로 바로 우승 소감 들어보겠습니다.